Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Let me stop. How y'all doing? Y'all good? Okay. Yep. This small talking to God give me a warning to give. Till he give me a warning to give. I do send a prayer when God come to me about people, including celebrities. I do send prayers up for those people. So I do send prayers up when God come to me and I see certain faces and stuff like that. Like I do have to send up prayers if I see these faces of these people. When I was talking about that label and the land vision with the Scooby-Doo vibes, I don't know what that means. Like some of the other visions, yeah, I prayed because I'm like, okay, this mean that mean that. But to see the Scooby-Doo vibe, like, I don't know what this means. Like, I'm like, what the fear is? Like, what's the fear? Okay. But I don't got no fear nowhere. No matter where I go, I don't have fear, like, nowhere. Like, my kids, I tell my kids, God got me so numb to the world. Yeah, God got me so numb, it don't be no action like at all. Because once upon a time, I used to have fear. So for me not to have fear, this new to me. This new. My heart don't even skip a beat. Recently, like some troopers, they was like, I'm like, my light green, so I'm finna go. These troopers almost ran dead into me. Like, we almost was in a car accident for these troopers looking. They don't care if they see some paper tags, don't care if they like red or what. And my light green, like in the middle of traffic, boom, they trying to cut through traffic to get to these like paper tags, and almost hit me. Almost ran dead into me. And so my kids, they always in the car screaming, and me, my heart didn't even skip a beat. I don't think it went in my mind. And you hit me, we getting paid. You hit me with that shoe. I'm do what I can to avoid accidents, but you hit me. Ching ching. Yo, so they finna run smack dead into me. I ain't jump, I ain't do nothing. My heart didn't even skip a beat. My kids, they reacted to the fear, but I don't have fear. So when I say I don't have fear, like, yeah, me with no fear, shoot, I'm actually scared. The reason, like, even when it comes to my motorcycle, I used to drive, but sometimes your fear can control. Like, sometimes it's good. Well, I ain't gonna say it's good because it ain't good, but sometimes your fear holds you back. So when it comes to your motorcycle, it's something stuff you probably won't do because you got fear. Me not having no fear, jumping on a bike, like, woo. I'm like, what won't I do? Like, I don't have no fear on me. I ain't jumped on my bike with no fear. I wasn't scared before, but with me not having like absolutely no fear, like I probably be trying to do tricks and everything else on my bike. Like, it's no sense of, ooh, this is scary. Like, ain't none of that. Like, the fear God took the fear completely out of me. So I don't have fear about nothing. Like, even my bike, sometimes be like, shoot, me jumping on my bike with no fear. Absolutely no fear. Like, it's nothing on me jumping on my bike and I say, ooh, this scary. I can't do this. Like, that's not there. God took that away from me. So when it comes to my motorcycle, I'm like, shoot, if I jump on that bike and I ain't got no fear. Before I used to jump on it, I be gone. It wasn't no fear then either, because I be like, look, I got to get from point A to point B. And however fast the odometer, that's how fast I'm going. Because I'm not looking on my bike trying to be looking at no odometer. Like, I'm not looking on my bike staring at no odometer to see how fast I'm going. However fast the odometer is how fast I'm going. My little bike, I just throw it in fifth gear and be gone. However fast it go, that's what we finna do. Because I got to get from point A to point B, and I'm on the bike. Like, to think about on the bike, y'all. It seems like it takes forever. Like, I don't know why. You could be in a car, but if you on the bike, your sense of time is gone too. So I'm like, shoot. You don't have no sense of time. I don't have a sense of time no way because I'm outside of time, but on the bike, it's no sense of time. It ain't no sense of speed either. Okay, so I'm just small talking, y'all. Yeah. I'm gonna get back with y'all with the about God when he was talking about going for the one sheep in that vision, you know. And when I was doing the video, I was like, oh, girl, you overreacting. I was talking to my daughter, overreacting to that one soul, to that one sheep. But in heaven, that's how they act over the one sheep. Like they be ecstatic, like they level of joy when they can get that one sheep. It's like off the charts. So my daughter was like, oh, dang, I missed the sheep. My kids proper. Like, I don't know why and how, because they mama country with it. But my kids, all my kids are proper. It don't come from me. They got to be from God, because it's no way possible. My English, the worst English ever. And my kid be trying to give me speech. Like they'll be they'll be going back and forth with me. My older kid know I got bad English. My younger kids do not know I got bad English. So I was talking to him. I was talking to him about the fur. I was like, hey, y'all, the fur coming up. My young kid jumped me. My two young kids. When I said the fur coming up, my kid jumped me. They was like, nah, mama, you said fur. It's fair. And then the other one jumped in. Mama, you sure said fur. You said fur, mama. I'm like, so y'all couldn't figure out that I was talking about the fair? Like, y'all thought I was talking about some fur for real? And it's summertime out here? Yeah. Okay, y'all. So, her dream, I'm going to get back with y'all on it, because it's a lot dealing with it right there. Also, I was going to read real quick, because, you know, I was talking to my other vision about, you know, you don't want to blaspheme the Holy Spirit. Like, you don't want to be speaking against the Holy Spirit. And, you know, the Bible be telling you forgive, and all that. But if you blaspheme the Holy Spirit, God said you will never be forgiven for that. You will never be forgiven for that. So I'm finna read this now. This is coming out of Mark chapter 3, verse 29. It say, I'm starting on 28. It say, it's called the unpardonable sin. The unpardonable sin. What my kids said. Assuredly, I say unto you, all sins will be forgiven. Assuredly, I say to you, all sins will be forgiven the sons of men, and whatever blasphemy they may utter. So God saying he'll forgive the sons of men and the blasphemy they may utter. But whoever blasphemies against the Holy Spirit never has forgiveness. Like, you will never get forgiveness from God if you do that. But is subject to eternal condemnation, because they said he has an unclean spirit. That's what I'm saying. Like, God tell me something, you sit here, you tell me that God, the Holy Spirit, ain't telling me what he telling me. Like, that's an unforgivable sin. Make sure you got your information right. Make sure you got your information right. That's all I'm saying. That's all I was saying in the other video. Like, you gonna sit here and tell me I don't hear God, but God talking to me, but you gonna tell me that what I hear is not God. And if that's the Holy Spirit who really talking to me, and you telling me that who I heard is an unclean spirit, like what they were saying, that's an unforgivable sin. That's an abomination. You cannot blaspheme the Holy Spirit. Period. You will not be forgiven for that. Even in eternity, you will never be forgiven for blasphemy the Holy Spirit. So know what you're saying out here. Some people do hear God all the time. Some people are open spiritually all the time. Just because you're not open spiritually all the time don't mean the world revolve around you and how you move out here and how you get your knowledge from God. Because see, me, God come to me in vision dreams. He'll talk to me too, but he'll come to me vision dreams. So he might not come to you like that. So you can't look at me and tell me that what I see is not what I see. Because God and kind of gave me a vision dream. But because you don't have vision and dreams, you think the world around you do not have vision dreams. God talk to people all kind of ways. And you so boxed in with your mindset of this is how God come to me. So if he kind to me like this, this is the only way he'll come to any and everybody else. God talk all day, every day. God talking through the rocks right there. God talking through the trees. God talking through the grass. God talking through the birds. All around, God is talking all day nonstop. God never not talk. He talking all day, every day. All day, every day, God is talking. So when people say God said this, God do tell me stuff. He tell me all the time. And you telling me that because I said God said in the beginning of my sentence, God didn't say it? Who is you? That's all I want to know. Who sent you? Who sent you? That's all I want to know dealing with it. Yeah. So that's why I was saying that about that. Yeah, when God come to me about people and celebrities and stuff, because, you know, they are human just like us. They are his children. These are God's children. Even if you look at them and you might be like envious and stuff of these people because they got money or whatever they got going on, they are still God's children, just like you are God's child, just like I'm God's child. God look at all of us as his sheep. He don't want nobody to get lost in this process. He don't want to lose no souls. All the souls are very important and valuable to God. Everybody. One soul, he want everybody. So, even celebrities. So, God come to me. I do send up prayers to Scooby-Doo. It was just kind of funny because the cartoon is kind of funny, like, so to speak. And then it was just like the way everybody was reacting to this fear. It just, that tickled me too. But I do send prayers up when God comes to me about these certain people that's in this right here and dealing with this. Not just them, it's other celebrities too that I had to pray over because the enemy was attacking them. And some stuff, you know, certain problems, our problem money can't fix. God didn't intend for money to fix our problem because he wants you to come to him. So even if you got money, it's going to be something that money cannot fix. And it's going to be something that you're going to have to seek God directly for because God created us to need him. So you can't be in the world and not need God. Everybody need God, even the celebrities. Everybody need God. Everybody's God's child. God wants everybody's soul. So I'm now doing the other video because I'm going back to the other video mentally, and then I'm just speaking on it now to clarify. Also with the when I was speaking on the BBLs, I'm strongly against it. Period. Because you're leading his children astray. Yeah, I did send a prayer for the women that's insecure out here. Like I did send a prayer up on behalf of these women that's insecure and using their insecurity to push a whole movement out here. Like I did do that. But equally, I'm just as enraged that this is being pushed on our kids out here. Because I won't want nobody pushing identity and looks on my kids, on my daughters. Like I won't want that. So if I don't want nobody to if my daughters is in my image and they look like me, they mama, and then you got people out here saying, oh, look, you can do this, you can do that through their insecurities, and you push that on my kids, I'll be very mad. So I can only imagine God, if I'm in his image, that same anger is on me, and he mad. You take him outside the image of his children. You stripping the image of his children from him, he mad too. But I did send up prayers on behalf of that. On behalf of the women that's insecure, like find yourself with God, find your identity in God, and that way you won't be leading everybody astray and getting people out the image of God and allowing yourself to be used by the enemy. Because we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, wickedness, and wickedness in high places. So it's higher than the person who's being used by Satan to push this. It's higher than it. So you have to attack it in the spirit. So I did send prayers up for these women who's trying to get people outside the image of God. Because if my kids is in my image and got my nose, and they tell them, oh, you can get a better nose, I'm be mad. I'm be more mad not at my kids. I'm be mad at the influence. Who influenced you and told you weren't beautiful in your mama image? Who is telling you these lies? That's who I'm be mad at. The person telling the lies. So Satan telling the lies, that's the problem. So that's how I feel. But I did send up prayers on behalf of that because y'all might see and think one thing, but me being prophetic, and if God do come to me dealing with certain stuff, then I do send up prayer for these people. I do not sit back and laugh at these people. The Scooby-Doo dream, it was just a funny dream. Like, I don't know why God had the spirit of laughter in this dream, but it was just funny. It was weird and funny. That's all I'm saying, dealing with it. But everybody battling and dealing with stuff and going through stuff, we all human. Even me. We all going through stuff. And when you're dealing with the attacks of the enemy, no matter what it is, we all on the same team and trying to fight against this one thing. And it's Satan. That's our enemy, Satan. So no matter what you're going through, whoever you are, we all is fighting against this same one enemy. So we all on the same team, supposed to be anyway. And we all fighting against the enemy, which is Satan, in this process. So I send a prayer for the women that's insecure and pushing their BBLs and trying to, live this lie and glamorize something. But what's the glory and what are you glamorizing? Pulling yourself outside the image of your Father. Like you done pulled yourself completely out of the image of what God created you to be. And God, he's excited. When you read Genesis 1, he's like, wow, we made them in our image. God put a lot of time and effort into creating you and making you unique and and creating you in his image. Like he put a lot of work into that. So for you just to slap God in the face and say, nah, I can do it better. Yeah, that's a slap in the face. He created you one way. He wanted you to be designed a certain way. And you said, no, I'm going to do it another way. Yeah. So I do. I still got anger toward it. I did pray. I still put up prayer for the women too in this process. But I got the anger because you leading so many you leading the lost astray in this process. If people don't know their identity and know themselves, they'll get lost real quick. Okay. So that's what I'm speaking on. Those two things. God just want me to bring clarity to it so people won't just be like, yeah. And yes. What else? God sent me vision and dreams dealing with, their industry and people in their industry, and I send prayers up for these people. But my daughter is also in their industry. That's her livelihood. She's in it. Like that's what she do. She's in that industry. That's what she do. That's her job. Just like us. It's real quick to look down on somebody and judge somebody for what they got going on. It's quick to look in the secular world and say it's all demonic and everybody, ooh, look at them and everybody going to hell. And like, it's real easy to do that because you look and you see, but people making a living like this. Like, I'm not justifying it, but I'm saying what's different with them being in the secular industry and them doing what they got to do to provide for their family. And yes, I feel like God can bless that to be a blessing for his kingdom. I do feel like that. What's the difference between that and then me going and work for a company who also is into the world and also do not put God first? And I got to get up every day and clock in and clock out and go in and go out and work for a company that don't represent God, supposedly. That goes some of my beliefs might go against what this company represents, so to speak. Like, what's the difference between me getting up every day to do what I got to do to support my family financially by having to do this and having to intertwine myself with this company who may be against the values that I am against, and opposed to other people who also got to get up every day and do what they got to do, and their company in the secular industry, their manager or whoever they work for may not, they values may not align with what you believe. Like, what's the difference with it? Like, we all getting up, going. Some of us working at places that go totally out of our beliefs, totally out of what we believe in. But we got to get up every day. We got to support our families. These companies have made a way for us to support our families and make a way and have a life. So, I mean, how can we sit and judge when we doing the same thing? Like, we doing the same thing. And sometimes we forced to be put in this position to do the same thing. Like, we doing the same thing. Because we intertwine with what's going on. And a lot of these companies, their alignment and their beliefs is going to be different from yours. Like, it's going to be different from what you've been taught up. And it's going to probably be a different type of religion than what you believe in. But you have to what? Like, what you got to do with it? So, yeah, it can be a conflict. But at the same time, you just give it to God and let God bless what's going on. Because God see what's going on. And there's no way to uproot the good from the bad. It's all mixed in. The wheat and the tares is growing together. Everything is growing together. So you just have to kind of work your way and wiggle your way through everything that's going on. But how can you judge the secular? And that's they form of income. That's how they support themselves. That's their job. But then you go to your job and you look up the values of your job and what it stands for, and it totally goes against something that you may believe. Just like they job goes against what they believe. But you loud and proud with your job. But you look down on them because what? Like, I don't know if it's a stigma or double standard, but when you look at it, it's no different. It's no different. And God showed me this. He said, what they do with these record labels and jobs, what they do with the record label to support themselves, support their family, and you getting up every day hitting the clock to support your family, and what you got to clock into, and what you got to clock out of, and what they got to clock into, and what they got to clock out of, and certain stuff you got to do at your job that go against me, and certain stuff they do within their job that go against me. Like, how can you judge? Even me, how can I judge? My daughter, she come to me all the time because she in that industry. She be like, Mama, I could never work a 9 to 5. That's what she said. She said she can't do it. God didn't design everybody to do that. But I look at her, and I look at how corrupt that industry is, and how it's no ethics, no moral, no nothing. I said, shoot, I could never work that job. I could never do what you doing. The corruption, like all that going on. So she looking at me and my job, but I'm looking at her and her job like, woo, you got it rough. I said, at least they got a set of values. Okay, you can't do this, you can't do that. At least they try to have some kind of like morality. But I said, what you in? Anything goes. Anything goes. And so yeah. But we all got the same purpose in mind, and God can bless it all. Like, he can use it all for his kingdom at the end of the day. But we all kind of, if you look at the value, if you even look at some of what's going on and you do some research on some of this stuff, you'll be like, huh? What make it different? Like, what the difference is? Now, some people, they're openly into the demonic, and they do all that, you know, through the secular industry. But everybody that's in their industry is not caught up and wrapped up in it. Like, everybody not in it like that. Yeah, it's prevalent because that's what they put before us, but everybody's not doing it. Some people, it's just a job, and they just got to do what they got to do to get in and get out. Just like some of us, when we have to go to work and we have to clock in, and we just get there and we just try to get in and get out. So, I mean, what's the difference? I'm trying to figure it out. But yeah, it can't be a conflict at time, but I'm my daughter. I'm her supporter. Because I'm looking like, shoot. God can use you to be a blessing to me. But what I do say, dealing with that. But what I do tell my daughter, dealing with that right there, do not do me like Finesse 2 times did his mama. Like, do not get me and tell me, oh, you going to buy me this big, huge house way beyond my cost of living and expenses. Just throw me out there like that, and then I got to try to figure it out. Like, don't do me like that. I said, don't do me like Finesse 2 times did his mama. Don't you sit here talking about you finna buy me this big house. And then what? I'm even more stressed about the big house than I was where I was. Because if it's outside my income bracket. How I'm supposed to support myself in this $1 million house? You done put me in $1 million house, now I got to figure it out. Oh, no. I said, don't you do me like that. My life better be better. I better not have more stress because you done put me like, no. No deals. I did. I told him, don't you do me like that. Don't you sit here and talk about, oh, mama finna buy you a house. And I got to every month got to try to figure out how I'm gonna pay my rent, cause where I was cool. I could maintain it, but you didn't kick me all the way out of there. Put me in something that I can't afford, and then you want me to figure it out. Oh no, don't do me like that. I did tell my daughter that. So I feel like God can and He will use what He can use to do whatever He doing. He been doing it. Like, yeah. I look at me. I look at certain companies I look at certain companies that I have worked for in the past. These were not Christian companies that I was working for in the past at some of my jobs. So it's a lot of jobs I go back, I see the stuff that go on in these places. Yeah, to me, if you look at it, it's the same thing as, shoot, some of these people who have to perform. Like, they got the voice to perform and do what they got to do. But their job require you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do it can be a conflict of interest. But I think God will help you create that balance, because God helped me create that balance. Because shoot, he said the wheat and the tares mixed in. He said you can't uproot the wheat and the tares before maturity. Like he said, you just can't do that. So what you do, you have to let it grow together. So everything have to grow together. The good and the bad, everything have to grow together, and then you eventually be able to uproot it. So even with that, like with what's going on, sometimes you might have to be planted in a place and just have to work your way through it. And then at a certain point, you will be able to be uprooted from it, so to speak. That's what I'm getting. That's what you're telling me. So y'all enjoy y'all day. Be safe.